It's a Mido show.
Hey, hey.
It's a Mido show.
Hey, hey.
It's a Mido show.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Mido show. Today I have my good buddy Jordan, aka Notdawon, who is I guess we would say Traplete.
yeah. That's good.
I met him playing football for the 805 Bears. He's our quarterback / running back / all-purpose guy, safety, everything like that. But he also does music and stuff like that, and so we kind of clicked on that level. So I brought him in today because he's been working on some dope ass shit lately. So we gonna talk to him and see what's up with him, man. How you been?
I've been good, man. I've just been chilling, grinding, just working. I've been doing a lot of things, as you can see. Got a lot of practice going on. Got another game next week. And then just preparing for that. Also preparing for my music, getting some merchandise going on, and see where it takes from there.
Fuck yeah, dude. I know you guys been fucking grinding out there with the Bears and stuff, trying to make playoffs this year and everything. But it's still hard when you ain't got like a full team and like people not showing up and committed. Like that's the one. hey, that's the one thing like about you that I've always admired is like with everything you've been going through. It's like you've been at the practices, you're at the games, you're still putting in the work. It's like a lot of these people slack off. You know, that's like, oh, I'm not getting the ball or I'm not getting attention. Like I'm not gonna put in the work. You know, it's like. You're like, fuck it. If I get the ball, I get the ball. If I don't get the ball, I'm gonna lay a block or I'm gonna go make a tackle or I'm gonna do shit. Like, you know.
That's just how I was just taught playing football, you know. I mean, you go out there, once you get your chance and get your opportunity, it's gonna come to you. It's your choice whether you make the opportunity or not. So, I mean, you can't really complain about not getting the ball. You can't complain about like the adversity and shit like that because you're not focused. So when you're out there, just focus on your shit and eventually good shit will happen to you. But as far as that going on, like, I mean, people got families and shit, but when it comes to, like, making a commitment, once you just decide to do something, just, you know, make a good time, make a little effort, and put in a little extra work. I mean, we'll see results like we are this season.
Yeah. Where I want to talk about like where did you start out playing football and stuff? Like I know you moved around a lot and stuff,
right.
and you went to college in Montana and stuff. Like where did you start out playing football?
So I started out playing football, you know, as a youngin'. My uncle played for the NFL, and then from then on, I played high school up at this little town called Longview. Played up at R.A. Long, and then ended up getting a scholarship to this little town called Montana State or Havre. And then went to this place called Montana State Northern, and this little ass town, and I'm talking like less than like 12,000 people.
Yo, Montana's lit though out there, huh?
It's
like,
lit
ain't nothing
in their own kind of way.
Yeah,
in their own kind of way.
For a little bit. I don't know if I do like a whole like going. How many years were you out there for?
I was out there for a total about 4 years, off and on.
Damn. See, I've been out to Montana, but it's only been like a couple months at a time and like during different seasons and stuff. So it's like cool to experience that. But like, yeah, if you're probably there all the time and stuff, like
it's crazy. It's really crazy how it's surprising because like you would think like just because there's really not too many people out there and the culture is different that they would kind of be like how more or less like maybe like a culture shock to you going up to there.
Yeah. But
they're really friendly out there, and you kind of can get warmed up if you can kind of get used to the cold.
Yeah.
The weather is really the worst part out there.
For real, man. When I was out there, like the only thing that kept me going was I was like smoking weed when I was out there. Dude, I had my
man.
I'd be out there smoking. And I'd be like it's not that cold.
To be honest, really smoking out there really helped me from getting like too cold because I'd be like coughing and wheezing sometimes, but that really warmed my body up more or less, and then I'd be able to go back in the dorms and go back in the halls and then be chill.
Yeah. The one thing that tripped me out is like I'll be outside smoking. I'll be like smoking a blunt and like I'm like on my phone, like, Snapchatting and doing shit. All of a sudden my phone just like turns off and I'm like, what the fuck? And like I finish smoking the blunt and I go inside and like my phone ain't coming on. And I'm like, what the fuck? All of a sudden it like clicks back on and it was so cold that the phone just stopped working. Like
yeah.
I had never experienced that shit. Like I know like you leave your phone out in the sun, like it's gonna get too hot and it won't work. But when you're out in the cold, that shit will get too cold and it ain't gonna work either. And I was like, what the fuck? That shit tripped me the fuck out, dog. I'm in the middle of a Snapchat, just dies on me. I'm like, I had full battery. I'm listening to the music. Like, what the fuck happened and shit?
I literally had to leave my phone up in my dorm room. I literally had to do that or else, like, it would do the same thing. It would just be turning off and everything.
Yeah. Because even one time I went out there and I put it inside like my jacket, inside my sweater and stuff, and it lasted for the whole time I was out there. But when I went inside, it was still fucking cold. Like I took it out of the case and you could feel the phone, and it was like fucking, ice cold. And I was like, fuck, dude. This motherfucking, like, my cover did nothing for it. My jacket did nothing for it. Like, that motherfucker. Well, it sucks, too, because these iPhones, they, like, they're, like, metal and shit. So they got that. They just get cold as fuck, like, around anything. And they heat the fuck up, too. Like, they're made out of shitty fucking material. We need to redesign those motherfuckers so they don't do that shit. Can you put, like, a temp sensor on that thing so it, like, cools down, or kick on a little fan or some shit, or a little heater in that motherfucker?
Something.
It's like I'm using the phone. Shouldn't it be warm,
Right.
It's like a computer has been running for a while. Like, fuck. So, other than, like, football and stuff, what other projects you've been working on recently?
Shoot, I've been making this music. I'm trying to progress on that. I've been, just made out my first EP, Really Not the One. Been trying to get that out, doing everything I can to get it on all platforms. Just studying, grinding, and working. Got a couple of videos of me coming out soon. I'm gonna have a couple of different producers from different companies to kind of branch out there in the 805, and then really branch out my band.
Yeah. Like, that's one thing, too, is, like, you've always been about, like, that hustle and collaborating with, like, people. Like, a lot of people in this industry sometimes don't want to, like, they want to be so, like, independent and shit. Like, I'm going to do it all by myself. But it's like, yeah, you can be independent, but, like, you still need, to support other people, too. And, like, you just got to recognize real, It's like, you can't, like, that's the one thing, like, I've learned is, like, you can't be a hater about shit, man. Like, I see myself, I used to be a hater about shit, like the stupidest shit too. Like, I used to hate on LeBron just because I like Kobe,
Right.
I was just like, fuck it, I'm on team Kobe, so fuck LeBron. But it's like, now that Kobe's not playing, I'm like, yeah, LeBron's fucking dope. Like, I give him his props. I'm like, fucking, like, why was I even talking shit before? But it's just like, you want to, like, talk shit on somebody because they're either on, like, another side or, like, another team, like, East Coast, West Coast, or you fucking with these people or whatever. And it's like, I look at, like, music and all this different stuff. It's like, if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't, and not saying that if I don't like it, it's bad or whatever. I'm not going to talk shit on it. Like, but I'll call trash, like some of these songs.
Right.
Some of these songs,
be honest with people.
Yeah, I'll be like, some of this shit, like, as straight trash, but it's like, I get sometimes too, it's like, it works though, because you got this, like, stupid ass rap or this mumble rap shit that it's selling. People are listening to it and, like, it's good, but it's like, really, like, there's some, like, real creative songs out there you should be listening to and stuff. Like, I fuck with, like, those real rappers that get down, like Kendrick and, like, J. Cole, and, like, they got some real shit, that they want to say and stuff, like Nas and all that shit.
But that's the thing, though. There's a lot of people who are out there, but the real problem is nobody likes to promote locally. No one likes to help their homie out. That's the real problem. People want to, help the next man up that they think they can get a benefit from. And when you got homies out here who are just as talented and just as creative and just as knowledgeable in the game, but just need that step, and if you help them out by, like, just giving them a shout out, giving them, like, a follow on Instagram, like, really giving them a like, showing them that you're actually invested in them as they are investing in you, because they put in the hard work just as much as you do. So, like, real do recognize real. So if you're really putting in the work and you're really showing, like, you're grinding your hustle, then you're going to be recognized. And I feel like you shouldn't be hating. You should be focusing your time on recognizing real, because you can be able to connect more instead of hating on the next man. And that's what a lot of people do. They like to hate on the next man. Like, they treat this game kind of like they treat every game. And how I was taught most is, like, they treat game like the NFL, you feel me? And that's really stands for not for long, you feel me?
Yeah, it's all competitive. It's not about, like, it's like there's got to be a winner and there's got to be a loser. It's not, we can't both, like.
But they don't recognize, like, in this game, just like the NFL, we can all win. Mm-hmm. You feel me? In this game, there is a winner and a loser. You feel me? Everyone's trying to get out there the Lombardis. That's everybody's job, you feel me, in this game. We got to get as much, you feel me, wins as possible. However, like, the next man is trying to eat, you feel me? That man can eventually become your teammate. Mm-hmm. You never know. So you got to go to the next man and really appreciate it, because y'all both work as hard as y'all can to get where y'all at right now. Yeah. And all it takes is a little bit of support and a little bit of collaboration for us to really kick things off and really work. I mean, you've seen it done in different cities and major cities. Like, for instance, Houston's done it. Atlanta's done it.
The Bay Area
has done it. Especially the Bay Area. The Bay Area is known. Like,
they fuck with each other like no other motherfucker.
And that's the thing. If you ain't fucking with Bay Area music, like, you don't really understand, like, where music really has taken off as far as being creators, being innovators, having your own style, having your own vision, having your own grind, having your own hustle. Because like for the few times and a few months and a few years I actually spent out there in the Bay off and on, like it's a whole different world when it comes to music. Yeah. Whole different culture.
Well, the thing, too, I see is with a lot of these people is, like, they start out in one place, but once they make it and stuff, it's like, oh, I'm going to go over here and do my music. Oh, I'm going to, like, move over here and do this and stuff. It's like, those Bay Area motherfuckers, they always fuck with, like, E40, he's still fucking in the Bay, dog. He's at fucking Warriors games all the time. He's at Giants games. He fucking always still making music, still working with all these, bringing up these young motherfuckers out there and stuff. And, like, yeah, he does other shit, too, but, like, he doesn't really like go out and like fucking work with these, like, people come to him to work.
Exactly.
Like they come to see him. If everybody's collaborating with him, they're going up there to visit him. He ain't like going out to Atlanta. He ain't shooting out to like, you know, New York, Chicago, LA. You know, he stay where he at, you know, and he'll do his shows and shit. But he's fucking where he stays working with people and shit. He's you know,
it's exclusive. It's like if you're from there, you get a better shot because you know you're from there. Like, and that's the thing. They collaborate. They work together. When it comes to outsiders and everything, you know, it's kind of like you got to prove your worth. It's like you're really not from there, so it's really like what do you have to offer us? Like we already got everything we need established.
Unless they already like.
And that's what I appreciate about that is because like that's the type of culture you need to be branching. We need to be branching off to other people in the other cities. You feel me? Instead of this dog eat dog world, we need to actually come together and create our own uniqueness. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And if it starts with one person and then branching out, you know, to other people, eventually you're going to have, you know, your own style, your own uniqueness, and then eventually you can give other people opportunity instead of just be like, nah, fuck you. I didn't fuck with you. You didn't fuck with me. Now look at me now trying to stunt and floss because then you're going to develop, you know, a negative energy towards people.
It's just the ego, man. It's like you gotta like the best way to have like be a best person is to help somebody else out, you know, and to like, you know, it's like if you're already, I mean, the thing too is like it doesn't matter if somebody's not up to your level or whatever is like as long as you're putting in the effort, as long as I'm getting 100% out of you, like that's all I want and shit. If you're really serious about it, like it's like anything, like football. It's like I don't care if you're not the biggest, strongest, fastest guy out there, but I want the Rudy motherfucker. I want the dude who's gonna put his heart into it and go and try to like he doesn't have to be the biggest, fastest, strongest, but he just gotta be wanting it more, you know. It's
my nigga, that's the sole reason why I started over like most of these people out here is because I was talented, but I was only 150 pounds. I'm not that big. I'm really not that big. Yeah. These niggas is big, fast, and strong. But I knew the game. I was smart. I worked around it. I worked with my abilities. Yeah, I was 155 pounds, but how was a nigga who was 155 pounds knocking out niggas who was 230, 240?
Dog, a couple weeks ago when you flipped that fool out that game, bro, where he took his legs out, I was like, dude, Jordan just threw that block down. I was like, oh, shit.
I ain't gonna lie, nigga, that hurt a little bit. You was nigga, I got right back up.
Yeah, you was on the ground. I was like, oh, damn. And they came over to talk shit and stuff. And you just like, fuck you, motherfucker. Like, that was clean. It was, though. You no knees. You fucking went, boom, straight to the thighs. That was clean as can be.
It's just, I know the game. And that's what thing is. I took my abilities and I had to learn. And throughout football, I made some mistakes along the way. You feel me? Sometimes I thought I was hot shit and I didn't have to work. Sometimes I thought, you feel me, I could take a day off, but not in this game. You feel me? Not in this game. You can't really be taking days off. You can't really be slacking off because that's how, you know, you either get passed by or somebody takes your spot or you miss an opportunity. So, like, with the things that I'm doing now as far as with football, that's how I had to learn. I had to take that as far as for life. Like, now when it comes to shit that we're doing, like you gotta be on it. Like, you can't just be slacking. You can't just be like, you know, saying I'm gonna do it one day and then, you know, go eat a cheeseburger, or say I'm gonna do it and then go turn up or try to, you know, Tinder with these hoes. Like, you gotta really be doing like what you say you'll be doing, but actually, you know, innovating. You know, trying to find ways that you can, you know, push and grind. You know, no matter the situation you're in right now. Yeah,
and that's like why I want you so bad to like get into like. I want you to get out of the Bears. Like, you shouldn't be playing semi-pro. Like, you should be doing, like, some kind of professional. And, like you ain't got to be fucking, like...
I can't smoke weed, though.
Hey, dude, there's gonna be dog. Go up to Canada.
I'm just playing.
Canada about to be fucking legalizing that shit, dog. Go play CFL or some shit, or even in certain places you probably play.
Nah, here's
football.
Here's the thing with this one though. That's exactly what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing semi-pro, because that's allowing me to do what I'm doing right now, as far as getting my life straightened out, getting what I need to do, grinding, hustling. But I can still play football, and I can still have film, and I can still have my resume sort of made.
Yeah,
you feel me? I can actually present that to other people, to other pro teams, to other leagues that I can, for me, work my way from there. That's why I'm doing semi-pro.
Yo, that brings up that point just a couple weeks ago with that dude from the Lakers, bro, who they brought up from the fucking, I don't know if you heard about that, but they brought up this dude who, he's, I think, like 32 or something like that.
Yeah.
But
he's spent, like, what, 10 years in the D League?
Yeah, in the D League and shit, dude. And he's been playing with the fucking, down the San Pedro Lakers down there and shit or whatever. And yeah, finally they called him up for like 2 games and shit. First fucking game, made 19 points, had a couple of steals, fucking tearing it up and shit.
Yeah.
And like he, in those 2 games that they brought him up for, he made more money than he made in a whole regular season playing that D League and
exactly.
shit. But it's just like he stayed committed. Like he's married with his wife and everything, and like he never was doing it for like the big money and all that shit. Like he just like that's his thing to do and shit.
Right.
Like he still want to play.
And he got a shot.
But yeah, you keep.
And
grinding.
he made most of what he could have do. I mean, he spent 10 years for those 2 games.
But that's glory. And now he made, he's got that opportunity. He's already been, even if the Lakers don't call him up or something like that, some other teammate fucking
somebody gonna come pick him up.
Somebody gonna like be like, you know what, let's swoop that motherfucker. And like he's got, maybe a couple of years left in him, but he's got also like another thing too is about people like that. They're just good to have around your people on your team. You want your like positive energy in your team and stuff. And somebody like that has a mentality of not giving up, of like keep fucking going. Like it don't matter where you at. Like don't worry about other people's games and what they're playing. Worry about your game right now and give it 100%. Like, anything in a game and stuff like that is not glory if it comes easy. It's like if you get that breakaway dunk and stuff, it's not as glamorous as fucking posterizing somebody, And if you get that wide open catch for a touchdown, it's not as great as fucking that catch over somebody,
Right.
It's like knowing, like, and not everybody can do that and shit. Like you take whatever win, like if you get that wide open catch, like fuck it, a touchdown's a touchdown, you're still winning. But it's like you want to give your best and you want to compete as best, it's like you don't want to just be jumping over fools and making the easy catches. Like you want to compete with the best like that you can and stuff. So like everybody's got to find their level of stuff. And like I said, because of the work you've been putting in with like semi-pro and how you take it so seriously, like you need to be around more people who are taking it seriously. Because like the thing is, like, yeah, our semi-pro team is cool and stuff, but there's just too many people who are just like doing it just for fun and like they want to live their other boring life and not boring life, but like just simple life and not grind as hard to like or what is your real dream? Are you just happy living that? Because some people that is their dream, dude. Just fucking like, I mean, I was happy when I played for a little bit, but I realized I'm not gonna bang my head around for no fucking reason. Like if I'm gonna play football, I better be getting paid some big money, But
it depends, because in everything you gotta develop your right team. You feel me? And that's why I saw in the 805 Bears it's a developing team, but it's the right team for me. Mm-hmm. It's a team that I can build across upon, and then I know that they're doing at least the things on their part to help me get to where I want to go. So for me, it's after getting the team started, it's all on me. You feel me? I got to put in the work. I got to put in the effort. I got to make the moves. I got to be the one in the right positions. I got to be the one doing in my part, because if I don't play my part and I try to play somebody else's part, that's where shit gets fucked up. Yeah. You feel me? You got to play your position. Yeah. You got to play your position correctly. And once you know your position and know where you can do it, then you have the ability to help other people, put other people in position. Yeah. And that's where I see, I can leave semi-pro right now and try to develop in a different place. However, if they have no film, if they have nothing to go upon, they have nothing to go with, then they're not going to take me. Mm-hmm. They're going to take somebody who's either younger or who's either more experienced, quote unquote. Yeah. But if they actually had that game film, they see how I'm rocking, they see what I'm doing, they'd be like, okay, we can bring him up. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah. So, that process is just all on me. Like, if I'm not the one doing the other shit, like, for instance, getting in the weight room, studying film, knowing the fucking playbook, I wouldn't be able to fucking do what I'm doing right now on the field. And then actually having that shot. You feel me? Yeah. So I just felt like, I put myself with the right team and I put myself in the right position to do what I need to do. Mm-hmm. So it's on me to just continue, not give up. Kind of be like that nigga who was just got brought up.
Yeah. I just want to say, like, I ain't trying to, like, I didn't mean to, like, saying, like, the Bears, like, and those people and stuff like that. Like, the one thing I love about that team and the reason I fuck with it is because, Mike and Jared and Vance and have built this thing to where they, want it to be a development for other guys. Like, right now, like, they just love it as it is and they enjoy that. Like, Mike doesn't want to go and play other shit. He just wants to play this.
That's the thing. That's the thing what I see about them. They don't, though. They're not enjoying the now. They're really looking 3 or 4 years in the future. They're really developing. Well,
they're trying to build a platform for. Yeah. They want to bring people like you and these people like Bernard and like people who are trying to like do something or like play or at least like take it like real seriously and stuff. Like put in the work. Yeah. It's like not waste time out here because some of these people like don't show up and don't study the playbook and stuff and then wonder why they're not playing, staying on the sideline just talking shit and they're not. It's like don't stand there and talk shit on the sidelines. Like if you're gonna say something, say with your what you do on the field and shit. It's like go out there and make a play and then you got some trash to talk. But you shouldn't talk trash after fucking walk silently to the sideline and show it next play. Like you don't need a trash talk. Like, and that's the thing about you too is you don't engage with motherfuckers. Like even if somebody does come up and like talk shit, you just like walk by them like whatever. Like because like there's no point of even giving a piece. Like you made your play, you did your thing. Like there's nothing more or less you gonna do or could have done. Like it is what it is, and like that's what it is, Yeah. And then like I'm gonna
say what I need to say, but at the end of the day, you feel me? My play does more of the talking.
Yeah,
it makes more of the money.
Well, another thing too is like if you at least like just say something, but not like because a lot of guys are looking at that, they're just gonna see if they could push you around and shit, and you're gonna like say something like I'm gonna stand up and say something, but like I'm not gonna like. I still got a level head on me. I'm not gonna like that. And that's the thing is like you see some of those guys, they talk shit, but they're all respect and stuff. Like, hey, like they'll come up and give you a handshake and shit after the game. You're all cool. It's like it's all about respect of the game and just they want to compete and push you to be like they want to get 100% out of you. Even if you ain't at their level or whatever, they just want to push you to as far as they can get you to go and stuff. And they want to like see if you're gonna fucking break down and fold or you're gonna fucking stand up and put in your 100% and shit. And like that's the thing. You get knocked down, you keep getting back up. You come back. You're not afraid to take that next hit. You're not afraid to grab the ball again and go through that hole, or even if there's not a hole, make a hole. It's like you're not like the guy who's like, oh, I'm only gonna run the ball if there's an open hole. You're like, fuck it, I'm gonna run the ball whether somebody's there or not, or I'm gonna go around them, or I'm gonna spin this way or whatever. I'm gonna keep going forward. Like the legs are gonna keep moving. I'm not gonna just stop and oh, the hole's not there, I can't go nowhere. It's like you make shit happen and you like. But that's got to come from like people who like are wanting to do whatever they're doing and stuff. And so like with this team, like I see that we're getting more people and like I see the like future of this team and how we can develop people that want to get to those next levels, because I see it. Like I got friends who play arena football. I got friends that are playing overseas in Poland and European countries and stuff, people up in Canada, Canadian football and stuff, and it's like they're making money, they're living a good life and stuff, and they only go for maybe like 6-7 months out of the year, do their training, play their season, then they're back for the other time, and hang out with family, enjoy
there's a lot of people on our team, I'm not even gonna lie, that if they take it just one step more, like just take it a little more serious, they'd have an opportunity to actually get out and actually go play. Mm-hmm. Like for either college teams or pro teams. Like we have some of those people. Like the best part about our team is we have the resources. You feel me? Yeah. We can get people out to where they want to be, as far as if they want to take it to the next level. If they just want to have fun and enjoy, then they can obviously they can be on the team, especially if they're good enough and they can play. Mm-hmm. That's their choice. Yeah. You feel me? But if they want to see it as like they can get some money out of it and come back home and be able to go travel and still be able to play football,
fuck it.
Like,
that's dope.
Fuck it, my nigga.
Sign me up. And what's funny too is like nowadays it's like we have that power and technology where like the motherfuckers who want to really self-promote and like or get their shit out there or do something, like they got the opportunity. Like you said, all you need is your film, and then like I'll do the rest. Like I'll send that shit. Like before, it's like you get on the team and you hope that your coach has the connections, or you hope that your coach is gonna call up this scout or wait for somebody to reach out or some shit, But it's like, how are you able to get, you don't know who these people are, you don't know who to like send your shit to and shit. But nowadays you fucking go on the computer, look up a team, get the email address of the fucking coach, shoot them over your film, be like, hey, this is a little bit about me. I'm interested in your team or whatever, and just fucking shoot shit. Or like people start, you just put it on Instagram or YouTube or whatever. People start getting views and looking at that shit. And next thing you know, like motherfuckers are looking at you, and like hey, like that's just the thing. It's all about timing too. And it's like you just gotta be ready for that opportunity when it comes. Like that guy who's in the D League for 10 years, it's like he could given up at year 8, or just like a couple days before that, been like, I'm why am I even doing this anymore? I should go do something else or whatever. But he's just like, I'm gonna keep doing this shit because, and maybe he was even happy with that and they never get into the NBA. But doing that, he got that opportunity and that shot, and like, now either whatever,
the door opened up. Now he got an opportunity to actually play in the NBA, like to really do something in the NBA.
And whether he never plays again, he's already been at that. Like he's got that. Like he's already reached he's already gone up another peg and stuff. When he already thought he was at the top, he thought he was like already at whatever he could be at and stuff. Like he's like, they're never gonna call me up. They're gonna call up all these young guys and all. I'm just here. I'm like this older guy on this team, and I'll play it like that. It's like somebody like Calvin on our team. And it's like he's cool with just staying at this level and stuff. He's played so much in different leagues and stuff like that, but like shoot, if he got a good offer, he may consider fucking go and do that shit too. It's like there's always, you could still go up, but it's like what's the timing in your life? If you got things going on, you got family and kids, and you're not trying to go and travel to play football, you just want to play but be local, then you got to find whatever you can around you and stuff. But that's the thing, it's like here it's so hard to like find opportunities for football because the big thing is the NFL and stuff. Like we don't have any like other lower leagues that people really pay attention, like arena football, but they're not even like that, and they're starting to come up with other leagues and stuff, for people to like watch and stuff. But it's like in other countries, football's like huge, bro. Like Canadian football in Europe, they fucking like
I just saw that. I just seen that they created a pro league in Mexico.
Oh shit!
What? I think it's LFA. I think it's LFA.
Fuck yeah!
I think it's called the LFA. But yeah, no, they actually have professional teams in Mexico now. Like, and it looks exactly almost identical to like the camera angles and the commercials, how they are exactly to how it is in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Like, it made me like contemplate, like, man, I could go play Mexico. I could play in the NFL. I could play in Canada. I could play in Japan. I have a homie who actually is playing in the Japan League right now. So I have a couple homies who are playing up in Canada. I got a homie that's playing in the Ravens right now. So it's just, there's opportunities everywhere to play professionally. There's opportunities to make your bread anywhere. It's just on people's ability and people's mindset. Like, you got to go up there and grind, and you got to make your opportunity sometimes. Like, you can't just wait for your opportunity. Sometimes that opportunity never come unless you take an opportunity. Yeah, well, you got to give 100% in order to get that opportunity. Like, somebody's saying I could give you an opportunity if they see you slacking off. It's like, if you're only taking this shit at 75%, why am I going to give you something harder? Yeah. You're not, so you could give it 50%? Like, no, I'm not trying to, I want to see you give 100% here, and then because you maxed out here, it's like, well, shit, let's see what more this motherfucker could do. And then at the next level, if your 100% is only, like, maybe not at that level, then you see that, and that's, and you... whatever, like the people adjust, and you gotta, sometimes you just gotta understand that, you're not everybody's built to be at whatever level, you're not the same fucking, you can't be LeBron James, you're just not built like him, but it's like, look at Muggsy Bogues and shit, fucking that motherfucker was small as shit, but he still fuck with those motherfuckers because you find a way, you like, you if you really got some skill or like some kind of drive or whatever it is, you use that to your advantage, You don't look at it's a big person game, or it's this type of, it's a mental game, or it's this and I can't do that. It's like, stop looking at the negative shit and look at, okay, where can I do my best here? Like, what am I good at, and where can I, do that and play your part? Like, understand, like, this is a team sport. This is no individual. This isn't, fucking MMA or some shit. You're not fighting somebody on your own. You're working as a team. Like, all you gotta do is set your block, set your pick, do your job,
or just stand over there, so then that guy covers you, and I'll deal with this guy. Like, all you got, but if you're right here, then I got two guys to fucking deal with. Like, all you gotta do is just go stand over there. You stand over there, takes that guy over there, problem solved. And it's like, and if that guy comes over here, I'm gonna toss you the ball, and you just catch it and do it. It's like all you gotta understand, it's a fucking team sport, and like that's kind of the thing. Like, I was trying to get to with the semi-pros. Some people don't like to play it as a team sport. Some people want to like. They think this semi-pro is like the pros already. They're treating it like they're in the fucking NFL and you're playing semi-pro. Like,
hey, there's some people and there's some teams that do that. You feel me? They take it too seriously, and it's just like, my nigga, calm down. Like, I understand, but that's just all egos. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all egos going after that. Like, you got some people who, that is their level. You feel me? So they're gonna treat it like it's their level. You feel me? They're gonna treat it like it's the NFL because they know they ain't going nowhere. Mm-hmm. You feel me? They know they got no opportunity. They ain't,
And that's the thing. That's where negativity comes from, because they already like realize that they can't get to that point. They're never gonna be that good. So start hating, and that's just what bugs me about being out there. That's why I can like continue to play, because I'm out there getting my head beat around, and then I got like these people who are giving it their all and and doing their shit, and then other people over here just running their mouth and not giving it their all. And it's like, I mean, I only care about it for like so much. Like, I enjoy playing the game, but like, I also understand I can benefit the team in another way. I can support the team. I can help with filming. I can, help coach or do something, that's not this, because this is not the most productive thing for me to do. Right. Right. If anything, I'm hurting the team, because I start banging my head around and I start, acting stupid, and I start wanting to say shit, or I start wanting to, do something stupid. It's like, I want to, like, football's fun and all, but I really was like, I just got to walk away from this game, because there's no point in like beating myself around, because like I just want to completely kill that like hater attitude out of my life, like in any way possible. And that's why like the things I do now is all about like not being a hater, collaborating, appreciating shit, recognize real, like with music and with like stand-up comedy. That's another thing I love about it, is that comedians don't fucking, like, the good ones and like people who really are fans of comedy do not hate on other fucking people who are funny. It's like, oh, that guy's funnier than me, like I'm mad at him or whatever. It's like, no, fucking, if he made me fucking laugh, that's some funny shit. Like, give it up to him. He gave up some funny shit and stuff, and like appreciating what other people do and stuff, and then trying to like, don't try to be like somebody else and doing your shit. Don't try to be funny like that person. Just be funny how you are. If you're funny, just be funny. Like, or just put in the work to, sometimes you're not funny. But if you really want to do stand-up comedy, there's a formula to it, just like anything else, like writing music. Like, any of these arts, anybody can do them. There's a fucking structure and a formula to all this shit. Writing scripts, filming movies, writing music, all this shit is like broken down like that. But it's also got all that room for creativeness and being an individual and being unique and stuff. And that's where you got to bring your art to it and bring the flavor to it. And people want to be lazy and do that format, but do it how everybody else is doing it. Oh, well, somebody made a song like this, so I'm going to follow this format. Or this is how somebody else is doing this. So it's good to do that, to learn that. But then when do you start doing your own creativeness and creating things, that's not what everybody else is doing. Something
on
that's
your own
different.
time. On your own time. Like, instead of going out and turning it up, instead of going, playing video games, you feel me? Mm-hmm. Instead of, you feel me, trying to do what everybody else is doing, take that time that you have and actually just, focus on you a little bit. Even if it's for like an hour or two, you feel me? And I've been reading about this thing they got in China. It's called the 1 minute rule. So for the next 2 or 3 months, you would do something for 1 minute a day. Whatever you wanted to do, as long as you do it for 1 minute a day, it counts. Because that 1 minute a day is eventually going to turn into 2. Mm-hmm. And then it's going to double that. And then double that. And by that time that 2 or 3 months is done, it's going to become a habit. It's going to become second nature. You feel me? And then eventually you're doing that. You're going to find time. You already made time. You already gave your passion. You already failed. Mm-hmm. You already came back. You feel me? Like, so you just, just whatever you want to do, innovate it in your schedule for like at least 1 minute a day. Yeah, and
it's funny that you say that, because that's how I started getting back into doing all this shit again, is because like, I thought about it, like, when was the last time, how long has it been since I made that song or whatever? And it's like, fuck, dude, that was in college that I did that shit. But in that time, there's been a couple of days where I've kind of written down some stuff, or I heard some beats and got creative a little bit, but I didn't stay consistent with it. But if I just at least do a minute a day, like you said, it's going to slowly start building. Like, I could say yesterday, I at least spent at least a minute writing something, or even today in the car just driving over to get you, I spent at least a minute coming up with that.
Exactly.
Like, that's not much, but it's something, and it's written down, and I got it, and like I did the work. And my thing too is I create, like, I think of the shit, but I don't put it down. Like I said, it's like I'll think of it, but I don't record it, I don't write it down, and then I can't think. It's like in that moment, and you got to get it down as quick as you can and stuff. So that all comes with like discipline and like doing the work, like actually being able to like sit down and like, because some people want to be creative and all this shit, but they don't want to to do the actual formula work that you got to do to make the shit happen, you know? Everybody wants to be that rapper and make all this music and make beats and stuff, but they don't want to take the time to sit there on their laptop for, you know, a couple hours at a time and fuck around and fail and make some shit that sounds like shit.
It's all like practice, man.
Yeah.
It's all like practice. What? Like, when you practicing, right? And the coach, and you drop a pass. And you like, fuck, man, I dropped a pass. And then you turn, you look, and there's the coach just looking at you like, nigga, I seen you drop that pass. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Mm-hmm. Stop dropping passes. Like, you better than that. Yeah. And then you go, do another route, catch the pass. And then you look at the coach. Coach is like, still looking at you like, see, you can make that. Now keep doing it.
Yeah.
And then that's the thing, like, in life, like, people be doing the same thing. Like, they be looking at you negative, like, in a negative form. Like, you feel me? Like, you would do, like, say when I first started doing beats, all right? I first started making beats, like, up in my dorm room. Couple of them was trash, right? And I'm thinking it's, like, the tightest thing in the world,
You're
right?
bumping with this shit.
Right? And I call the homies in. I'm like, yo, you gotta come hear this. And I put the beat on, right? And I'm just bobbing my head. And I'm looking at them. They're just like, you trying to go smoke? I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? like nigga, like, this shit is tight. And they're like, nah, nigga, this shit is not tight.
Yeah, let me go.
Like, first of all, this shit is way too long. This shit is way too spread out. I'm not bumping my head. I'm not, nah.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, you feel me? Had the same feeling as like a coach. And then I came back, you feel me? I came back, like, I didn't show them another beat for like another 2 months. Mm-hmm. Found another one, came back. They're like, okay, this beat's hot. This beat is hot. Mm-hmm. Another 2 months, did the same thing. I'm like, this nigga's the heads ain't nodding. You feel me? The heads ain't nodding. They're not doing like what they would be doing if they heard an instrumental. They're like, oh, that shit is tight. Mm-hmm. Another 2 months came by. I was like, nigga, you got to hear this one. At this point, they're tired of hearing my beats. They're tired of it.
They're like, all right, you got 5 seconds right now. This thing better come off kicking right now. Like, boom, 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 right off the bat.
And it was one of my old ones. It was like one of the original ones that I showed you that was like, I felt comfortable with showing people. And they're like, oh, shit. Yeah, this one works. Can I have this one? Like, I'll really rap to this one. And I was like, okay, so I found my style. Yeah. Took it to California, did the same thing. The exact same formula. I went to my homies. I was like, look, you got to listen to this beat. They're like, nah, that's not tight. Yeah. And it was the one that they said it was tight. You feel me? So I'm like, man, fuck, bro, what do I got to do?
Well, that's another thing, too, is like when I look at beats, like, I sometimes, like, I'll hear a beat and I'll be like, that's a tight beat, but I'm not going to fuck with that because I can't think of anything that's going to, you know, be creative for that song or whatever. You know, I can't think of shit. And it's like, when you need to take that? Good? All right. I can't think of something when I'm trying to, like, do that, so I end up, sure you don't got to take that? All right. Fuck, now I forgot what I was saying. God damn it. Where were we at? God damn it. Something about... Fuck. Yeah, I forgot. Right, we'll just keep moving on to some other shit. All right. But so yeah, actually, because we got to wrap this up pretty soon. Let's get into some more like some more about your like life and things like, you know, I mean, or well, whatever you want to talk about, of course. About your music, like what inspired you to start like, you know, doing music and stuff, and like, you know, playing sports and stuff. Like what drives you? Who is Jordan?
I'm gonna tell you about how I got into music. I got into music for 2 reasons. One, because I was always into music as far as a little kid growing up. I always was either listening to the radio or I was playing an instrument. Like I played the trumpet, the tuba, saxophone, like clarinet, fucking played a little bit of drums, like all that. I was a little geek in the jazz band, but I was also the nigga like athletic. You feel me? Yeah. So, you know, I just started getting into music. Then my brother said, you know, that he wanted to get into music. So we started doing that for like a good year. That didn't work out. You feel me? We basically got the whole lifestyle in 1 year. You feel me? Mm-hmm. The ups, the downs. You feel me? The goods, the bads. Like
Fucking went multi-platinum and then went to
not even multi-platinum. We thought we went multi-platinum. You feel me?
and then straight to MC Hammer all in 1 year.
Yeah, it's just like, man. It's like to the point where it's like it kind of got overplayed. Like I don't even want to do this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, and he felt the same way. We drifted off, and then we started doing our own thing. You feel me? I went back up to college to go try to finish out football, and he went up doing his own thing. And then wasn't until I got into college where I started making beats. Mm-hmm. And then you feel me? No one was rapping my beats, and I was just like, fuck it. I'm going to be a rapper. I'm going to start rapping beats. You feel me?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Why not? Let's do it. And I started making beats. I started rapping to it. I was like, fuck it. I don't even have a rapper name. I'm not going back with my last rapper name because that just didn't work out. So I had to create a new rapper name.
Yeah.
And then one night I was just like, it was Halloween. That's the night. Halloween. Me and my homie was chilling with a couple females, actually. And, we was cooling, chilling, just got done rolling up. Me and him was just playing video games and shit, talking, chatting at the same time. And then all of a sudden, we been hearing some more girls. Like, we thought we heard at least 5 or 6. So we're like, what the fuck is going on? That doesn't happen in our hall unless it's us. So we're looking at each other
Gotta go regulate. Like, what's the
fuck is going on, my nigga? So I text him, like, I'm gonna go outside real quick. He like, all right, bet. I go outside, and this girl, he was like, she was cool. She was real cool. I ain't even going to lie. She was real cool. She, hella drunk, though. Hella drunk. And she, actually was friends with one of the girls that I wanted to get with. But we'll get into that to another story. So, but she's like, oh, you're cute. And she looks up at me, and I'm like, yeah, you're cute, too. Blah, blah, this. What's your name? Hi, I'm blah, blah, blah. And I was like, she's like, what's your name? I'm like, hi, I'm Jordan. She's like, hi, Dawn. I'm like, no, I'm Jordan. So I just fucking brush it off, you know what I mean? And then, so we ended up going to her house because nigga, she invited us. Yeah. And so I go in the other room and I tell my homie, I'm like, look, you got these 2 girls. I'm going to go check this out. If it's better, then I'm going to let you know you gonna you feel me? He's like, all right,
I'm going to go scope this one out here.
All right,
do some recon.
I'm just going to chill. So we ended up going to her house. It's a few blocks away from the college, and her keys ended up getting lost somehow. She has a fucking push start. So I don't know how she lost her keys from her car to her door, which is literally had to be exactly 100 feet because the car was fucking locked and the door was fucking, and you couldn't get in the fucking door. So I'm like, what the fuck?
Bitch.
How the fuck do you leave the keys? It's got to be on her because, nigga, every time she goes back to the car, it's fucking opens. So I'm like, nigga, we're out here in the cold. Nigga, it's like negative fucking bitch. 20 degrees. Nigga, I'm cold. Nigga, I already had 2 bitches upstairs.
I'm trying to get inside and be warm, if you know what I'm saying.
Nigga, take me home. I told my homie, I was like, look,
that was back before Uber and all that shit.
You feel me? I was like, make up an excuse and take me home, nigga. And he's like, all right, bet. So he made the excuse. We went back home. I'm chilling with these other 2 females with my homie. You feel me? And so I go back to my dorm with one girl. He goes and separates. You feel me? Now we're just trying to chill, doing our own thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd say a good 30, 45 seconds away from doing what I need to do and calling it a night. I get a knock on the door. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I ignore it. No. I get a doom, 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 doom. I'm like, that's a nigga knocking. I need to answer it. Something's going on. Feel me? So I go, and my nigga was like, hey, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm chilling right now. He goes, hey, yo, he holds up the keys. He's like, look, old girl told me to come back and get you. So I came back, and I need to get you. I said, nah, I got who am I going to go with? I said, fuck it. I'm going to go with old drunk girl. She told him to come pick me up and gave him the keys. That is dedication I'm going. This girl was on her phone all night, and like I'm gonna go to the one who's dedicated. So
she putting in work.
Yeah. So me and him skirt off, right, and we got up at the girl's house, and all night she just kept calling me Dawon, my nigga. She's like, Dawon, I really appreciate you coming back. I'm like, thanks. Well, I'm not Dawon. I'm Jordan.
I'm not the one.
And so she was just like, you want another take a shot? I'm like, yeah, I want to take another shot. Took another shot. I'm like, when is this fucking party over? Like, I came to do what I need to do and like skirt off. You know what I mean? I got practice. Like,
I got
come on. And so finally, I was just like, you know what? It's a night. I'm gonna call it a wrap. And I look at my nigga. He's just like, no, don't go. And I'm like, don't go. And then she finally said, hey, Dawon. I'm like, for the last time, bitch, I do not know who you got me confused with, but I ain't really not Dawon. And everybody started cracking up. Everybody started gassing. And then after that, my nigga, it was a wrap. I said it to a homie. I was like, he was trying to roast me. I was like, nigga, I don't know who you got me confused with, but I'm really not the one. That nigga in the that nigga in your closet waiting for you. And it stood. And that's how I got my name. And then I came to California. I came back to California for the second time and just started really trying to grind, really trying to go with my brand. And I just like, you know what? Not the one's gonna be my brand. Mm-hmm. And I started branding out. I was like, what can I do with Not the One? And then I started off accidentally branding with the Bears because that nigga Mike, he actually put that on the back of my jersey.
Yeah.
That was by accident. You feel me?
That was fucking
the nigga
dope,
said,
though.
hey, you can do any last name you want. I was like, so I can do Not the One? He was like, yeah, if you put it. So I put
Scribbled
Not the
it
One.
down. Hey.
And then a couple of weeks later for our first game, he hands me my jersey. I turn around. It said, Not the One. I said, all right, man, it's go time.
What you got on the jersey? And that's the thing, too, is that picture. That's like fucking part of everything, dude.
Yeah.
The fucking the jersey and shit.
It's to the point the league had to fucking change the rules because I had that nickname. I know that's why they changed the rules. I know that's why.
Hey, see, that's why I love like that old XFL and shit where you got like fucking any last name you want where he had like he hate me and shit, you know?
You feel me? I was like, look, I'm gonna run with it, and then Not the One really became Not the One after that.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. So let's go ahead and wrap this up here in a little bit. But so what stuff have you been doing recently, like with your music and stuff? What's like in this past year? Because I know since
in this past year, I went from basically doing nothing to I got my own EP out. Opened up for a couple of major artists. Now I'm just marketing and branding my own talent, and looking forward to doing a couple of shows out of state and going on from there. Just keep on continuing the networking. I got one video out you can catch on YouTube. I got another one that's on its way, and then I'm gonna have one more probably within a month after that. So after that, we just gonna continue to work and continue to grind. I'm gonna have another little mixtape coming out here soon, probably within the next month, and we just gonna continue to grind, continue to go from there.
Yeah, well, like I told you earlier, I'm gonna start getting back into music and shit, trying to collaborate, like, or like anything to help out and shit, fucking promoting with the podcast and stuff, or, directing music videos or whatever you got going on, or like doing shit like that, editing music videos or whatever, or editing lyrical videos and stuff, like, right now I'm trying to get on that grind of doing all this stuff, so, as much as I can help, and I see you trying to do your thing too, so it's like, I'm just looking for people who are hustling right now. It's like whatever people are doing right now, it's like I'm down to get with it and like where can I help out and where can I support this and like do something to help out, because like that's the thing. It's like I want to see those people who are giving 100%, and that's where I'll lend my hand and stuff, because you can help people, but you can only help people that are trying to help themselves.
Exactly.
It's like I'm not trying to have somebody who's gonna bring me down and stuff, or hate on me, or like all this stuff and put me down and shit. Like step on top of me to get somewhere else. It's like the whole thing about game is like bringing people up and like, you know, going with people. And it's like if you don't fuck with somebody, that's cool, but like you don't gotta hate on them. Just, you know, hey, we don't work together, we don't fuck together. You doing something else, I'm doing something different. That's cool. Like agree to disagree, but like, you know, but like I said, at the same time too, you gotta call a spade a spade. If trash is trash, you know, you gotta, you know. So
right.
So people sometimes get mad when I call trash trash. I'm like, hey, I'm just
a lot of people call my shit trash before my shit started getting good. That's the thing. Is like you kind of gotta just clear that out your head, because everybody's shit is gonna be trash at one point, because everybody else starts out as, you feel me, little, you feel me? They start out not knowing shit, or not being knowledgeable, or not getting the work ethic, or, you know, something.
Yeah. Well, that's like me with like my songs that I first did back in college and stuff. Like I thought like I didn't even do that good. I was like, like I just wanted to make a song. Like I just wanted to do it so I could say like I made a song and stuff. But like I was like, I never thought like, it has potential or anything, you know. And I just like I didn't even put it out and shit. Like I showed some of my friends and stuff. But when I showed some of my friends, they were like really like listening to it. Like, Mido, this is you and stuff. And I was like, yeah. And like, you made this? And I was like, yeah. And like, this is good. And I was like, oh shit, like I didn't realize, like I thought it was cool because I made it, but I was like, all right. And then like even some real people, like they listen to the lyrics and they're like, you're actually saying like some, like this shit's dope. Like I'm like listening to it, like that makes sense. And, like I'm bumping with that, sounds good. Yeah. And I was like, if I just, like my thing is when it comes to music, I don't have that musically inclined ability. I'm not good with like, you know, I wish I would have learned instruments growing up and stuff, because like I like the guitar, I like piano and stuff, and now it's so hard because I don't like know music or anything like that, or even trying to like create music. It's hard because everything's like by ear and being creative with it, like, but I don't know like that structure of it. So that's why anything I do with music, I need to work with somebody who's got some real good structure, you know, who's creative if they can be, but also has some really good structure of like music and, you know, producing and things like that. Because like I said, I listen to my songs and I can hear the production, but like I know what needs to be tweaked. I know where it's wrong and stuff. And that's why I'm so like critiqued about it. But then people hear it and like, that's like, you know, like to them it's good. They don't hear like those flaws and shit. But then some people like, yeah, they'll be like, yeah, it's good, but I hear, you know, it could be better and stuff. And so that's what I'm trying to say. Like if I can make it better, why not? Like all I need to do is start working with people who can make that stuff better, and
just perfecting your skills.
Yeah, and whether it's not like, even like I said, doing music, it doesn't have to be me rapping, but like I know I got some cool lyrics and shit. So like even just writing stuff for some other people or working with them, you know, like, you know, finding beats and shit, that because I hear some dope ass beats, I'm like, oh dude, like, and I know somebody who like raps, I'm like, oh, if they rapped on this beat, like that'd be dope. Like I know I couldn't put something down on this because I just fuck it up or make it bad, but he could put something down dope and actually make this shit a banger, you know. And like that's like the thing is like I see that and trying to like, you know, help out, and then any way I can to promote it with so many platforms. You know, you could cross promote, you know, put shit up on create or like music videos and shit, put them up on YouTube, put them up on Instagram, Facebook, share, you know, tag people and shit, and like put that like out there and like all that stuff. That's how you're gonna build that following. And like, and it's not even about building the following and trying to make your shit like so big, but it's just about getting content out there, you know. It's like it doesn't matter if not everybody's looking at that shit, but as long as you're getting it out there and more people are starting, like it'll slowly like, and the people who want to see that shit, they'll find it, you know. All you gotta do is put it out there, but like if you don't even put it out there, people can't find it, or people are not gonna know, you know. And I see so many people putting out stuff that, like, I'm not gonna say it's trash and shit, but you know, it's like you could tell they're just doing it for like because they can make, like, they're not putting in 100% because they could half-ass it and make a shitty ass half decent track and make $1 million off of it, and they're cool with that. But it's like,
well, I mean, if you could do that, by all means,
hey, you know, do
that. Hey, you feel me?
Hey,
I ain't knocking your hustle. Hey, I mean, if you can make $1 million off one hit, my nigga, make $1 million off one hit. If you can do that now, my nigga, do that now. But
just saying Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci
you
gang.
Feel me? Like you feel me? Like if you could do that, do that. But as far as individual, because that's not gonna happen every time for everybody at every point. You feel me? You gotta really put in the work for anything you want to do. Even the niggas who you think that are making like trash music but are really out there in the charts, they really is. Something's working for them, you feel me? Yeah. Something's gonna work for that, for individual. Something's gonna work for you if you really put in the grind too. Something's gonna work out for me, you feel me? It's all about just innovation. Like, just gotta figure out what works for you.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not like trying to like hate on it by like saying that, but like I'm into so many different things. So when it comes to music, it's like I already know the people I'm trying to fuck with or the type of music that I'm like into and stuff, and like I'm gonna work with those people who are like trying to like create like good music that's good to listen to, but also like their lyrics are gonna be really like saying some shit, you know, or like really have a flow to it and stuff. Like be creative with the way, like, you know, even if you're just saying stupid like my bitch does cocaine and shit, but like as long as you're making it creative and stuff, like, you know, I'm not hating on those songs and stuff like that. Like, hey, by all means, if they're hitting, they're hitting, you know, but I'm saying, like, if you just, like, if you're, like, my thing is I want to find those people who are trying to give it their all and not just going to take the easy route. And, you know, like, not the people who are just going to catch the easy touchdown and shit, but those motherfuckers are going to go up and try to make the hard catch and those do the difficult things, you know, challenge themselves, you know, because that's all you have in life is to challenge you. Like, everything is a battle within, you know. You're born alone, you die alone. The only thing you have in life is, like, the interactions you have with people and stuff. And most people blame people about things or say their life is this and that because of other situations, but it's like, no, you have, you know, you have today, you have right now, and that's who you are, and you got to choose what you're going to do with that. And most people want to be like, oh, well, because in the past I failed at this, or, you know, because I wasn't good at this time, or I've tried that before. And it's like, well, try it today. Like, you're not the same person you were yesterday. You're not the same person you were last week. You're not the same person you were a year ago. You know, you are who you are now, and you've learned from those mistakes. So now go forward, and, you know, if you really like want to do some shit in your life, whatever it is, you know, go for it. And that's the thing, is so many people are just like, are so creative and talented and have so much potential, or just like in whatever it is, and there's just so much unused potential because people are scared of failure, scared of what other people are gonna say in society, and oh, I gotta, you know, find a steady job and all this stuff, and people are scared to chase dreams. And I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I love those people that are like dream chasers and that are just like not going to be defeated by anything. Like, they're by any means possible, pretty much. It's like, all right, I don't have a laptop, but I got a fucking bucket and 2 sticks. I'm still make some music somehow, you know, and somebody's going to see me doing that grind. I'm going to find the people who I can, you know, work with and do what I want to do. Or if I'm just having fun hitting those fucking 2 sticks on that bucket, it is what it is. Like, you gotta, and that's another thing too. Some people think that their happiness is somebody else, like, or somebody else's happiness is their happiness. You know, it's like everybody in music thinks they want to be Dr. Dre and shit. You know, but it's like, even if you do that, do you really want all that? Like, maybe you're not the type of person to handle all that type of shit. Like, if you were to actually do that, you know, maybe you gotta know your lane and just, like, you know, you do what you can do and do that the best, you know, and enjoy, like, that process of it. Or, like, enjoy, like, don't worry about, like, the end result, like trying to be the big, you know, have a big label or be producing all this music and stuff. Just start making beats or start writing rhymes. Start somewhere, you know, and start working with some people. And, like, and if you can't find somebody, don't be like, well, oh, I can't find somebody who can make a beat for me, so I can't, you know, I got these cool lyrics, but I don't have a beat. So it's like, well, then fucking make one or go find one. Like, you know, that was my thing. I knew I couldn't make beats because, like, during all that time when I was making those songs, I was like, everybody's making like electronic music and shit, so everybody was doing all those like their own fucking beats and shit, and I was like thinking about like getting into like all that music production, but I was just like, nah, like, I don't want to make beats. Like, I hear cool beats and I fuck with people that make beats, but I don't want to make beats. So I was like, I just need to like look for those things that I want, and then where can I bring whatever to that and help collaborate with it, you know? And that's what I did. I found those beats, and then all of a sudden I was like, fuck yeah, like, I hear this, I can start rapping some shit, or I can like envision something to it, and then that's where the creativeness comes out of it. And I put those two together, and, you know, even though it's not the best thing or like whatever, you know, or perfect like I thought it would be, it's still like I did that. Like, it was nothing. There was nothing there, and I made something now. And because of that, like I said, like, you know, people actually think it's halfway decent and shit. And it's like, okay, well, it's like, if I put in just a little effort to do that, like, what happens if I put in 100% and like really try and really put in everything I can to the stuff I do? So that's why I'm just all about like fucking like, you know, trying to work with other people. And that's why I wanted, you know, to start getting back with you. And, you know, I know, you know, already doing the football stuff, and like I said, helping you film those games so that you could do, you know, put that stuff out and try to get your athletics going as well as your music and stuff, you know, the whole Traplete combo there and stuff. And so, you know, this podcast and, you know, working with you, doing beats and shit and coming up with rhymes and stuff. I mean, right now we'll get down on some shit and start fucking working. So
for sure, let's get to work.
But yeah, let everybody know where can they find you and stuff, social media, all that, Facebook.
You can find me on all social media at Notdawon. You can find my find my EP up on all platforms coming soon. You can find my shit right now on SoundCloud. You can find my videos on YouTube, and you can come on check me out.
For sure. And hashtag really not Dawon on Instagram
Hashtag
everywhere.
really not the one.
And really not Dawon fans and all that stuff. So
You feel me?
it was a pleasure
Oh
having
yeah,
you.
it's catchy.
It is, dog. It's gonna catch on, dog. I'm telling you. But it was a pleasure having you in, dog.
I appreciate it, man.
We'll have to do it again once we get some more stuff going and everything. And
For sure.
it's just the beginning, man. We got some big things coming up. We gonna be scheming. All right, man. Everybody, and we'll see you next time. Later.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the Mido Show.